And if they have more, you can write in there. And then they'll put yes. Now, the owner manager has to sign, and also the tenant has to sign. Okay. Is there another? Is that it? Is there another sign?
There was issue with audio.
But I can stop. And it's found. Where is the tenant selection criteria found? It's on ODrive. Yeah. Just put it in there. And it's not going to be in the one that's confusing everybody. It's not in zip forms. It's going to be on our hub. So kind of if you're doing a lot of lease listings, I would just go ahead and put it on your desktop so you can just drag and drop it. So, all right. That's all I have. No, we don't. What? But there's more. For $19.99, you get 2. We just spin the wheel. All right. William Askew. Norma. Whoa, come on down. Yeah, spin the wheel, lady. You're a great contestant. Yay.
What's that get?
So you pick out any envelope that has number 4.
Any envelope that has a number 4.
No.
Keep it a secret, or what do I do?
If you win, you
It's
gotta
a
split it with
scratch-off.
me. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. See how that works, guys. Oh, nice. Cammie, Anne Marie, Taylor, Jesse, Nicole, you're here.
Yay, Nicole.
Dana, Ashley, Corrine. She's here. Where'd she go?
With
Well
my
done.
daughter.
It's been last.
Okay. Andrew Costancio, Michelle Doe, Kim Shelton, Iris Mercado, Terry Richard, Lily, Jimmy. Look at all these people. Are you online? Catherine, you're here.
Yay.
Delisha, Maria, Kelsey, Joan, you're here. Hi.
I won money off this last year. Another one.
Yeah, her especially.
Okay.
Oh, you guys in it? It's gotta go all the way around. That's for you. You won.
So Edward DeCamry, he's not here. Is he here? Is he hiding? Okay. Cornell. Everyone, I want to introduce you to Cornell Thomas. He's been an agent with us for a bit. You just never seen him. I'm glad he's here.
He'll be here on Tuesdays, right, Cordell?
Yes.
You
I missed last Tuesday. So.
gotta pick something.
Oh, snap.
4. Anything from the 4. 4 is a lucky number. Yeah.
Thank you.
Andrew Medina. Cookie Cold Medina. I forgot to tell your girlfriend yesterday your name.
Oh, we told her.
Oh, you did?
What about the thing?
His nickname is Funky Cold Medina.
Oh. You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew someone was gonna say that.
Anna Montiel, come on down.
Is it the one?
No, it's not. I'll
We'll
tell you
talk
maybe
later,
Bianca.
Andrew.
It's not that girl. It's a different girl.
Oh,
He's got several.
That's not.
I will pick that for too.
Okay.
I'm missing out on all this.
Vanessa.
I'm not
Yes,
here.
where'd you go? You sat up in the front. I couldn't find you.
Vanessa.
And then Karen Padani, I don't see her here. All right, so I think Saratoga is, no, it's not. Oh, okay. We're so quiet. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. We have to
It's gonna be
stand
brutal.
up and do jumping jacks. or
Jumping
something.
jacks. Let's go. Come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up. All right. No? Yes, you can.
I can't.
I feel like Knock is TikToking you.
Oh, no, you did not. I'm gonna be seeing that later on social. Yeah, oh Lord, I am. All right. Announcements. This is super cool. Have y'all checked out the Facebook and Instagram when you're doing a reel and you want to add a little stamp or something to your reel? We have a bunch of these JB Goodwin branded little gifts and really just gifts and things like stickers and things. So you can start utilizing these. All you need to do is when you're creating your reel or your story, you just search in JB Goodwin and all of these will come up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so,
Oh,
yep,
sorry.
there it is. Create your reel or story, select the sticker button, and then search JB Goodwin, and all of these come up for you. So super cool. Yes. So again, this is for Facebook. So you'll use stickers and then GIF and then JB Goodwin, and then all of these come up. So that's it. All right, birthdays this month. We have Laura Hoven. We have Daniel West, Marnaria, Vanessa, Jared. You. He goes by Roger, right? Roger. Madison, Raquel, Esteban, Travis Lee, Michael back there, Carrie Jensen. See her today. Anne Marie, and there's the food. Matthew Gilbert, Deborah DeLuca, Mara Dooley, Deborah Jacobson, Robin Bailey, Andrew Constancio, Roberto Mata, and Joe. So if y'all see those folks around, wish them a happy birthday this month. And what do we have?
Should we sing?
Should we?
Next slide.
I'm seeing food and
Yeah, no, like, she's getting hangry over here. Glenn Hunter is our agent of the month, or I'm sorry, agent of the week. So if you see Glenn around, he is congratulations, Glenn. And then, where'd you go? Agent of the month. Let's go ahead and run through that, and then we'll switch it over to Saratoga.
This is agent of the week.
Agent of the month is Michelle. So she's been really helping out around the office, helping new agents. She's just a shining star. So thank you, Michelle.
And you look beautiful today.
Yes.
I know.
He's wrong. He's wrong. So, yeah, sure. We'll go ahead and finish out the slide. So, next in-person sales meetings is July 25th. Yeah, July 25th. And then August 8th, August 22nd. So what we were thinking we were going to be doing is we'll be doing 2 in-person sales meetings per month, like we've been doing. And then we will be doing a deep dive into the new build constructions every other kind of week. And then we'll have 1 online virtual sales meeting. So those weeks where we'll be going to different neighborhoods and doing deep dives in those neighborhoods, we'll go ahead and just kind of do some films and throw those up in our recap. But that's kind of what the plan is, to kind of shake stuff up. Cool. And then don't forget, today after the sales meeting, we have our Tuesday for sale by owner calling. So if you want to hop on board with that, get on the list, put your name down, and I'll get you some numbers. And same goes for Friday. And now we're over to Saratoga.
Oh.
I'm just here to sponsor you guys, breakfast and coffee. Sorry about running late today. Just want to let you guys know, I sell out of both communities. We have one in Georgetown called Morningstar, and then one in Liberty Hill that we just had our grand opening about a month ago. So We have a lot of inventory in our Georgetown community. So if you guys need inventory flyers, absolutely anything, feel free to reach out. We are open to investors. And our starting price point for Liberty Hill, sorry, I'm out of breath, is $374. And then for Georgetown, it's $406. It's Butler Farms. Okay. Yeah. All right. And
What's
then
the square footage for Liberty Hill?
Liberty Hills 1717 up to 2940 now.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
And then what about Georgetown square footage?
So we have 1717 up to 3140, but there's only one home left of the 3140. And that one, I believe, I think somebody has a contract on it today.
Okay.
So it's going to be the same square footage, about 2940.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's your tax rate?
Tax rate for Morningstar is going to be a 2.73. And then tax rate for Liberty Hill is 2.34. And so we're just getting started in Butler Farms. So we do have nice inventory that back up to green space. So it's going to be a master plan community. We're eventually going to have an elementary in there, a luxury amenity center. In Morningstar, we are actually going on our third one. So we're going to eventually have one being built right now, and it'll be our third one in Morningstar and Georgetown. But Butler Farms is just getting started. You got the lower price point, lower tax rate. It's a little bit past Liberty Hill High School. So I'll leave my information, and you guys feel free to reach out if you guys need absolutely anything.
What elementary school is Butler Farms going to currently?
Currently, that is a great question. I will get back to you on that one. I just got moved out to Butler Farms. I was in Morningstar. So I will get back to you. I think I brought my area information sheets for both of the communities.
Okay.
And all right. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Y'all, if you want to get up, go eat, and then we can eat, and then we'll keep on with the film. Go eat.
My place.
What?
Good job. Good job.
What are you drinking? What is that?
My detox. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, it's on, that's it. One day at a time.
All morning, I'm saying, I know it's.
Which one?
I started supplements. I'm on a plant-based.
Do you have intestinal issues?
Kind of gut. Oh, yeah, I have the technical box.
I have ideas. All the things. Nerves get me. I'm nervous. Yeah.
But you know what? I found out that if I walk in the morning, it's like doing it. I'll also have good rainbows, no problem. And at nighttime, I walk in, so I walk in now.
I do too. I failed on the nighttime. It's too hard. And I don't want to walk on treadmill.
No, it's like my husband and I have our morning, we walk together, walk the dog, and then I get to finish swimming. Season just be over, and now I'm right. Yeah. I should have taken my daughter here today. I was thinking you would ask. I don't know. It was a good day to bring in the kids.
And so then.
The money knows. No, we texted just making it.
Yeah, but like the fact that that's a special mechanism thing going on. I know, I it was like everything.
All right, guys, it's Ken, come on down and you guys continue to get your food, but let's like calm it down. I say you get you all started and you can't get you turned off.
Well,
You can't get you turned on and you can't get you turned off. All right, Ken, take it away.
David?
I was thinking about not really. Yes, like I should ask.
Is everybody listening to me? I don't like it when I'm not the center of attention. If anybody knows me, ask my wife. So
I'm listening.
that's all I need. Just one person, B.
Front and center.
That's right. President, right there. I mean, president.
Now we know you're paying attention.
I know, I always pay attention.
Anyway, so look at these Google reviews, you guys. Nicole, congratulations on your Google review. Andrew and Katie Wright, good job getting these Google reviews. You guys, we've got new Google review cards, and they've got QR codes on them. I was like, Q what codes?
I need a QR code.
We have some. So just come see us. If you guys need the Google review cards, they have QR codes on them now. Just making sure everybody hears me. Well, actually, I can't hear either. So, yeah, I was like, who said that? Anyway, so congratulations on those. I just wanted to give you guys a friendly reminder for some of you new agents. If you guys need anything, and you can always email us at wcmanagement@jbgoodwin.com. That goes to all of us managers, and one of us will get back to you. We're only human. Sometimes emails get lost. So if we don't get back to you in a timely manner and it's important, just text us or call us and remind us, hey, I sent you an email or whatever, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. But I just want you guys to also to remember your first 6 contracts goes to us first before you send them out. The last thing we want is for you guys to make a mistake or feel uncomfortable about your contract. We want to make sure that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, make sure everything's correct. So just send them to us. We'll look them over real quick before you send them off. And now, has anybody seen this on our emails?
Yes.
Okay, you're not in trouble when this gets sent out. Just so you know, it doesn't mean that I'm requesting you to grab time on my calendar unless you want to, or Andrea, or any of us. We have this at the bottom, so if you guys need something or want to grab time on our calendar, you can, and just click that, and it'll give you an opportunity to schedule time.
So something to know is if it is afternoon at like 4 o'clock and nobody's here and we don't have anybody scheduled on our calendars, but you were planning to come in, but you've not told anybody, there may be a chance where you will miss Rich, Ken, or myself because we don't know that you're here. And so we make other plans. So we want to be here for you. You just have to make it known that you are coming in, you're planning to come in. Even if you don't want to use the Calendly link, you can always call or text us and just say, hey, I'm going to be there at 4. Who's going to be around? And then we'll schedule somebody to be here for you. But we just want to make sure that we are here for you when you show up. The last thing we want to hear is somebody that came in at 4:30 and was like, well, I came in and the only person here was, the front desk and Jerry. And it's because we were all running around trying to sell property, right? So just make sure that you are taking advantage of that Calendly link, or just calling and texting us and letting us know that, hey, I'm planning to come in. It'll be later on the afternoon. Or if it's first thing in the morning, again, call, text us, let us know. Y'all are business people. We're business people. You have to make appointments if you want somebody to definitely be there for you. And also, the appointments really help us to be able to go, oh, this is going to be blocked off for, I'm going to pick on you, Joan, for just so that we can give you our undivided attention. So make sure that you are doing that so that you're taken care of and your needs are met. Sound good?
Yeah, we just want to be as proficient as possible for you guys, because that's really what we're here for, is to support you. And the last thing we want anybody to do is say that they didn't get the support that they needed from us. So we have phones, we have this, we have text messages and emails. So if you need to get a hold of us, just let us know right there. It's pretty simple, just in case. But there's a lot of people that go, I grabbed time on your calendar because you said to, you know, and I'm like, no, I didn't. It's just at the bottom. So, well, like, because I think you sent it
For
to,
3 months, I thought I was in trouble every time. I was like, let's chat. What did I do?
yeah, it said,
And I'm
let's
not the only
chat.
one. Other people have
A
said
lot
that
of people
too.
have called me
So-
and said, am I in trouble? And I'm like, what are you talking about? So,
It's
Yeah.
just weird where it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in front of their name. Like your eyes go to that, and it's like, let's chat. What is?
so
Maybe you should put like, have questions, let's chat. Or something.
For once.
or we could just explain it just now, and now everybody knows, and then we don't have to. I don't want to
For the
redo it.
ones who aren't here, if you see it that they weren't here and are asking, share the information.
I think you're.
But Joan will say, "Yeah." Ooh, I had one of those once, and I had to switch brokerages. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys a heads up what all that meant.
Oh, yes.
Also, if you guys can't get a hold of us, or if you don't have time to come in, just know that the only thing about COVID that I learned is how to do things remotely. So that's a plus, because I'm not technologically savvy at all. But I do know how to do things remotely. So if you guys need something, if it's on a weekend or whatnot, I can always make sure to set it up where I can do a Google Hangout with you guys, so that way I can look at your stuff or whatever you need, and I can show you how to do it. So if you need that, you can definitely give us a call and we can set it up. You guys don't have to set it up with us, but we can help you and tell you what to do when we do the Google Hangout. So just so you know, you don't have to always come in the office, or if you're tied up with kids and it's summer and all of that stuff, just know we can do that for you too. So we're here. And now Andrea.
All right.
What?
Our challenge winner for the open house challenge is Catherine. Second place, Josh. And third is Betty Riley. So y'all come see me after and we'll get you set up with your prizes. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Here's my question for you. What did y'all get out of this? Did y'all get some names and numbers and contact information from buyers and sellers? That is what the purpose of these challenges is for you to go out there and not just win the prize of a really cool yard sign and some JVG shirts and things to wear. The real prize is getting those contacts and being able to beef up your network of people that might be looking to buy or sell. So that was the purpose of this. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. We will be doing another challenge starting in August, which seems like just tomorrow, but I got 2 weeks. So summer is almost over, y'all. How crazy is that? Yeah, Kim. Boo. So congratulations. And did we not remove these slides? Hopefully we did. Okay, cool. Tip Tuesday. So saying hello doesn't have an ROI. It's about building relationships, right? It's not about talking about real estate every single chance you get. It's about building a relationship with people, so much so that when they start thinking about real estate eventually, or they have a friend or family member, they're friends with you and they are close with you. And so they're going to think of your name when it comes time for a friend or relative that they're looking to buy or sell or make an investment. They're going to give your information over. But the other thing that you can also do is kind of coach those friends and family members to not just give your information out, but to get their information and then pass it to you. Because that's really one of those things where a lot of people think that, oh, well, I don't want to disturb you. That's one of my biggest annoyances whenever somebody says, I don't want to disturb you and call you when I have a real estate question. Disturb me all you want. That's what I'm here for. That's my job, is for you to ask me questions. So if you can build those relationships to the point where you can ask your friends, your family members to not just give your information out, but get their information and pass it to you. That way you can be the one that actually goes out and makes that contact. A little bit easier. And then you can help through that. All right, this week's challenge is make door knocking part of your weekly outreach. So we've kind of talked about this during the open houses where you go out and you door knock and you're introducing yourself. I was talking with Alyssa. I don't see Alyssa here. Am I blind? Nope, I don't see her here today. I was talking to Alyssa yesterday, and she has been helping Terry with her open houses up in Emory Farms in Hutto. And there's a couple of new build construction up there. And she was like, it's dead at my open house. And I was like, well, how's the traffic at the new builds? She's like, oh, there was like 12 cars there. And I was like, cool. Did you think to go over to in front of where the builder was and just kind of start handing flyers to the people coming out of the buildings? Because that's a really great way that a lot of those folks are not actually represented, that you can pick up potential buyers and honestly, potentially make it be a really easy transaction. Because if they already love the builder home, you just have to figure out what their incentives are and then help the client through that process. So if you're finding that you're in an area of an open house where you're competing against builders, make sure that you're watching that builder traffic. And if you see a lot of folks coming in and out and they don't look like they're working with a realtor, go over and introduce yourself. That's a really great way to potentially pick up a buyer or a seller. All right, we're going to pause here because Laura has some information about Wilcor and Food Drive. Come on.
No, it was a perfect lead. We're knocking on doors. Because this month, July 10th to the 27th, Williamson County, and who has participated in the past with Williamson County Realtors Food Drive? So, you know, I'm new to the area. So what I did was I joined a committee at Williamson County Association of Realtors, and that's the community outreach. Motivational Mondays and everything that I hear from our organization is that, okay, that what you give is what you get back. And what you were saying, Andrea, about making friendships and making those connections, this is a perfect opportunity. Now, we had a little bit of a snafu from what I understand, because in the past, what the realtors would do is you'd go to the association office, which is just 3 minutes away, and pick up your bags and flyers. And what you could do then is you could pick out your community and you could door knock. You could take your flyers, or in this case, if it's hot and you want to employ some of the kids that are on summer break, and have them take bags and this flyer. I'm releasing this flyer up here. Now, whoever is a member of Williamson County Associated Realtors already received an email with the flyer. And as an association member, you have an option not only just present this flyer, which has a QR code on it. What the QR code is doing is it's allowing you to leave a bag with information how your community can put 1, 2, 3, some of these items in a bag for you to pick up, or if they would rather go to the QR code and donate monetarily, they can do that. Now, what association membership does for you is it allows you to customize your flyer for the QR code so that you can link it back. But this is, to me, a great opportunity to go out and not only you're not knocking on doors and asking for something, you're showing that you're involved in the community, you're dropping off something, and your flyer. You could put, I'm putting labels on my bags. I've got a link to bags because you do have to purchase your bags this year. I may purchase some extra ones and leave them up front. We have friendly competition with Austin Realty, Texas Realty. So it would be great if we could do a big drop off here at, you see that it ends on July 28th. And I'll be happy to take those bags over to the association, have them weigh them and see where we come in. Because I think we've got so many agents that it's a great opportunity to market yourself, go out there, do something good for the community. And then you can follow up. You can follow up with thank you notes for participating, and then we can see where we stand in picking up. So I'm going to leave this there. I want to do another shout out for Williams County Association of Realtors. There's a lot of new leadership, and there's a gentleman, Ismail Soto, who's doing education, and he is revived the Williamson County Residential Real Estate Specialist certification called Selling the Suburbs. People here may have done that in the past, who've been here for a long time. I think 2015 was the last year they did it. For myself, I'm concentrating on selling in Williamson County. I want to know as much as I can. What this certification is, 4 days, and you can do one class for each area. You can do all the sessions. I'll leave this information up front. But like day 1 is Cedar Park and Leander, day 2, Georgetown, Round Rock, Hutto, Taylor, Liberty Hill, and Gerald. But what it does, and this is what I like, is it really hones in on those areas for knowledge. It's a course that was designed to, it addresses a focus on taxing entities, water issues, local governmental jurisdictions, new home septic systems, and so on. And then you get a specialist of Williamson County certification. But they're also having, for association members, I've been to a couple of them where they're using their facility and they're bringing in some of our mayors, police department, education people who are giving you free, not a seminar, but information about each area. So that's great. And Selling the Suburbs, again, this isn't just for association. If that's not your primary association, you can guest register. So I'm gonna leave that out there. Shout out for Williamson County. And I'm gonna leave you their July 2023 calendar. So they've been very helpful. I appreciate Andrea put me in touch with them right when I came in. I needed to get a home sold right away in Bell County, and they got me running. The other day I needed stakes because it's so hot out there. And when we go to put our signs in there, my little flimsy stakes were just bending with the ground being so hard. So they've got the stakeholders, the store's got so much. So I'm grateful it's 3 minutes away. So take advantage, and whoever, any more information on the food drive, just let me know. I'm a committee member, and it would be great if by the 28th we could fill the lobby with bags of food that we could take back over to the association office and show our community involvement from JP Goodman. So thank you. I'm gonna just leave it right up. All right.
We'll have these up here. Okay, so thank you, Laura. Social media ideas this week. Find a few favorite home trends and share them for inspiration on your feed. What are 3 questions home buyers have asked this month, and how did you answer them? And grab a selfie of you practicing real estate for a while. Trying to get stakes in the yard. Just saying, that's fun. All right, over to Rich.
Yay. Good morning, sports fans. All right. Laura, that's how you network. All right. Get involved, folks. Get involved. Talk to people, right? We had a meeting and with JB, and one of the things he mentioned is to be professional and to dress professional, right? And look like you know what you're doing. All right. So you don't want to be in the torn up Levi's and a t-shirt, right? When you're dealing with somebody, or you can be like Andrew Medina, who's always wearing a coat and tie, right? And that brings my first success story is you just got yourself a new client. Tell me about that. Tell us about that.
So it was at a wedding, and apparently I was one of the only guys that wasn't in the wedding that was wearing a suit. Some coworker like loved that. And she called me recently, wanted me to list her house for a lease listing. And she's like, we have 7 rental properties and we want to sell 4 of them. They also said that like they're marrying me as their realtor. They love me.
That's awesome. Because he wore a suit to a wedding. How about that? Right?
Busy week.
If you notice, he's smiling a lot more. Wait till you get married, buddy. Right? That's not true. That's not true.
You know your wife can see this, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, I married my wife for her good looks, but those aren't the looks she's giving me naked. Anyways, all right. Who else has a success story? Yes, Michelle.
So for 4th of July, I partnered up with 2 other people in the neighborhood that have businesses. So one is a pool company and one is a junk company. And then I also had another company in the neighborhood supply the blow ups for we had a slip and slide. We call it an adult slip and slide, but okay, the kids use it too. And then they actually donated a bounce house as well. So there was actually 4 businesses that put on a 4th of July party, and we invited all of our neighbors. And we probably had over 100 people there. And although I didn't like take names or anything, we talked to everybody and was able to network a lot. Also, from our neighborhood page, there's somebody who makes cookies, and she put on there that she was making these little s'more kits, which were super cute. And my last name is Moore. And I had her personalize a s'more kit with my little logo and the JD Goodwin logo. And then it says, I love s'more clients like you, spelled M-O-H-R like me. And so that actually went out on I put it out on our business page in the neighborhood and our neighborhood page in the neighborhood. And one of my neighbors sent me already a referral. Somebody else contacted me and said that they needed some information. So I was helping them with information, just trying to stay top of the mind, because there are 2 other agents in the neighborhood that are very like, hey, that's not me, not me. So I'm just trying to get my name out there without being too cheesy. But yeah, so I think that was a huge win to get our
Absolutely.
name in front of 100 people.
Very good. Awesome. All kinds of creative ideas, right? Who else has a success? Knock. Did you have one?
Yes,
All right.
I have 2.
All right. Let's start with the first one.
Okay. My kids swim awesome alongs, and then during the challenge, I helped Tony Edwin with the open houses. So I put my yard sign throughout Rushy Creek. So everyone that goes to swim pool, they have to see my open house signs. And I happened to sit next to one of the investors at the swimming meet. So now he get my number, so we start talking and potentially help him find some investment home.
Great.
And then last night, my cousin in California, she just texted me, hey, I seen you killing it with your real estate gig on social media. I need your help to find me a next investment home in Texas. In Austin, actually.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Post those things on Facebook, because especially when I first started, I'm doing all these posts. Come and see me. I'm holding this house open. And all your friends think, man, look at, he's killing it out there. Look at all these big houses he's doing. Norma used to let me hold her. She'd have acreages and ranches out there. And I used to post that all the time, me and the donkey. I had to say I'm the one on the right. Yes, absolutely. So post these things, because they work. They work, and they say, hey, man, I've already got a couple people from California that say, hey, man, when I retire, I'm going to be coming out there, and I'm their guy. I'm their guy. Yes, Megan.
About a year ago, my dad just let me know that he had a friend that lives in Austin that goes to Lake Charles every now and again, run from. And plays poker with my dad, and so he just is a friend. It's just a friend from play poker together that they've kept in touch over the years, and was in Austin. So I touched base with her. She's like, yeah, I might want to move by the end of the year. Anyway, basically, it's been a whole year of the first like Monday of every month. I check in with her. She's kind of pushing me off. She has health issues and whatnot. She called me this past Sunday morning, gave me an address, said, can we see it today? I said, yes. We went that afternoon and saw it. Then she wanted to go to Starbucks afterwards. She said she might buy that house, but also she's looking at a vacation house in Lake LBJ. So she wants to sell her house in Terra Vista, buy a house in Georgetown, and buy a house in Lake LBJ for a vacation.
Phenomenal. I love when you're talking to a neighbor or a friend or something, and they go, yeah, maybe next summer I'm thinking about doing it. You just keep in touch, and before you know it, they go, hey, okay, I'm ready. And you're going, I completely forgot about that, you know. So I love that, because just because you meet them today doesn't mean that in a year, 2 years, they're going to come up and they're going to say, yeah, I'm ready. All right. So this is what we want to do. Keep in touch. Everybody you meet, try to be friends with them on Facebook, right? That way that you share all your great knowledge. Anybody else? Wow, look at all the success.
Ew.
Hank, you got one.
I got two. I'm gonna start with the second one.
All right. That's
So my first ever lease client, like first deal period, called me after about a year, and they said they're ready to buy and referred me to one of the friends who's moving here as well, which is awesome.
awesome.
The first one is I got a really weird phone call from another agent at one point. This was Sunday. I was on my way to the gym, so I was not dressed professionally. He called me and he's like, hey, there's no keys at this house, you know, blah, blah, can you let him in? I was like, yeah, I have the keys. I can come down there and show it to him. He's like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave them. The guy just left them.
Really?
Yeah, just totally left these people. So I drove down there and met with them, and they are unrepresented, and I've been in talks with them, and they want to buy a house.
All right. Good job. My favorite agent.
Never leave your clients.
Yeah, don't leave your clients. I've gotten a client before where somebody's standing there and they're going, my agent didn't show up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you the house. Yeah.
So,
Bianca.
thank you. So, this Compass agent reached out and asked if I would show his lease listing. It's a 6-month lease listing. And so I was like, yeah. So I go out there and meet this couple from Chicago. They want to buy in like 6 months, but they just wanted a lease for a while. And I was like, oh, well, what are your plans for buying? And he kind of like shut me off and was like, look, I don't want to waste your time. We're not looking for an agent. We have one to buy, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, no worries. I was like, well, let me help you lease. I would love to, tell you about the area and blah, blah. I was like, you never might change your mind. So I was just, having a good time just chatting with them, and I'm going to help him find the lease. And at the end, he was like, I just wanted you to know that even though we have that other agent, she hasn't really done much but sent us a few things, and we like how knowledgeable you've been and your personality, and we're going to work with you when we decide to buy next year. I was like, yay!
Get them to love you. That's how you do it. Somebody, yeah. Oh, Corrine, my favorite agent.
Oh.
You are. I'm just telling them to make them feel good.
I told you guys about a client that I followed up with, and she decided that she really wanted to buy. They're now under contract and closing this week. I got $15,000 for closing for a 2-1 buy down closing costs. I got title fee for. I got everything for it.
Somebody else? Yeah. Oh, we have a newly licensed agent. Joe.
I got a buy land physical in Greece after home. There's a new build, 5-bedroom flat for 800 plus margins.
All right.
Awesome.
Good job. Catherine.
Doing the open house, so I had a bunch of people coming. A lot of people were pushing, yeah, we're not really sure, we're just shopping around. I'm in contact with 3. In Liberty Hills right now, they're looking in the 900 to 1.1 million area. They told me, yeah, they're pushing up 6 to 9 months, but I'm pushing in the direction, always giving them information, things like that. So they want to work with me. Hopefully that works out. Then clients of my very, very first clients. And we had a very bad experience with one of the builders, and we got out last year. And I was really not sure after that bad experience if they ever wanted to buy anything. They called me out of the blue on Sunday. They want to see a house. So we went out in the late afternoon, took the house, and put a contract on it. Sadly, it was already taken within an hour. But they were back in the game, and that was a big deal because she was completely done with that. She just wanted to stay renting. And that was a big deal. And he is super excited now. And now we're looking for new builds back in Basra.
All right. How many open houses did you do for the challenge? A bunch.
Yeah, that's it.
Knocking out, we were pushing each other back and forward. And I think she was in front of me at some point with 6.
Yeah.
I got actually lucky that I even talked to her because my husband was 2 weeks in a row at home to take care of the kids. I was the only thing like
All right, so really my question was,
it was a lot.
no, okay, but my real question is, how many contacts, how many leads, what did you get out of all that? How many,
So
give me a ballpark figure. 100,
no.
5?
I would say I got about 45. And out of those 45, I'm talking right now to actively talking 4. The other ones I have in my CRM and going following up and things like that. Some are not really responding, but I know that about at least 6 to 7 touches until some people really come back to you. And that is a frustrating part of it. You have a super good conversation with new buyers. They're super excited. They like you. They like you, and all this kind of things. And then you sit there and you text them, you email them, you call them, and nothing. But the same thing happened with my old buyers, right? After over a year, they called me because they kept in touch. Gave them little goodies for 4th of July, things like that.
There we go.
Or I have this little magazine that I sent out to my former clients. So at least a little bit of touch points. And I think this is true. I think the follow-up is where the money is.
There you go. About 45 contacts doing that.
And the other thing is, it's a difference between price point, where you're doing the open houses. This is one experience that I did in the last 1.5 years. If you be in a price point between 350 and 450, you get way more contacts than if you go into the higher levels. Because the buyer pool is way smaller.
Yeah.
And they're more savvy. And most of the time they have an end. So, and it's hard to convince them that you might be the better choice for them. So this is why potentially that's why 45, because a lot of them, what I did, were in the 1 million and up.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Do you want to tell about a referral that I gave her?
She was a lot, but I helped her. She
Tough one.
she was very tough. It was a lease and Norma gave it to me. She was a lot, like probably one of the most difficult leads I've ever had, but I was able to help her find a house that looks pretty similar to hers that she's already in. She has OCD and she wanted to like measure the house and do like a scale model of it and scale down her furniture, and like it was a lot, but I was able to find her something. She left me a great review and she was just so happy that I took the time to negotiate things for the lease. It was just a lot. Like I've never worked so hard for that, but it was great and it did feel good to be able to like.
Currently in bankruptcy.
Yeah,
She had no credit score. 0.
yeah.
All right, folks, listen, we got to move on. Listen, I know there's more success, but that's awesome. There's so much success going on now, right? So has the market slowed? No, I don't think it has. I think we're still. There we go.
Okay, relocation updates. So these are all congratulations. We are following on from all the good stuff that was spoke earlier, and all of these people earned an average of $1,200, all for sending in. So from the Northwest office, I'm so sorry if I get people's names wrong. Dan Bastain. From Westlake, Denise Nitti. Williamson County, Iris Mercado. Westlake, Janessa Tomberlin. Williamson County, KC. Westlake, Lily Foster. Northwest, Michelle Murga. And Michelle Doe. We call her Michelle for
Her name's
Williamson
Michelle, if
County.
you couldn't spell.
That's how you spell
Yeah,
it.
that's how you spell
There's a
it.
story.
That's how you spell Michelle.
Come see me.
Northwest, Stella Bromley. Westlake, Wesley Stark. And then Veronica. And that's it for reload.
All right, and I know this says Andrea, but Tony's gonna actually be
It's Tony.
Yeah.
Nice one. Nice. Who's Tony? You guys got an email from me yesterday about our current support of Foundation Communities Back to School Drive. Anybody see that? Okay, so sort of here to talk about that, but not really. I want to talk just for a minute about why we do these things and why you should take part, why you should consider taking part, why you should usually take part. So we put these events together, and we don't necessarily try and do them monthly, but we put events together as they come up and as we've been involved in various organizations and whatnot. We do it to be good humans. We do it to give back to the community. We do it because it's the right thing to do. A very distant second is so that you guys have opportunities to differentiate yourselves. If you've been in classes with me, you've heard me talk ad nauseum about branding and positioning and differentiating yourself. You're in a commodity field. You've got to be different from the other agents. One of the ways to do that is to show your sphere that you care enough to give back to the community. And what I'm really here to point out that is oftentimes, usually, in this case, it certainly is, it is as simple as, it's as simple as sharing a social media post, right? We've already made for you. It's in Design Center. It's in the event section. There are a couple choices there, Foundation Communities, and just personalize it and put it out there and show your sphere that you care about giving back to the community. You're giving them, you're providing value, you might argue, because you're giving them an opportunity to give back to the community themselves. A lot of people who aren't in this business don't necessarily know where and how to give back. Usually they may not even think about it. But now you're providing value by putting these posts in front of them and giving them that opportunity. So you're providing awareness for the organization, Foundation Communities. Terry Richard here today? I don't see her. Terry is the one who last year, for a year and a half ago, first brought Foundation Communities to our attention. We've worked with them several times. They're a fantastic organization. They have 24 communities around the city. This drive supports the children who are in their after-school programs because, of course, their parents are off working, right? So anyway, I'm really here to say and remind you that we do it to give back, and that's number one. Distant number two is to give you the opportunity, but I'm trying to say, without saying, take that opportunity, right? We should have the Foundation community posts all over Facebook and Instagram right now. So think about hitting it out today, please, if you would. Somebody yesterday asked for a quick video script. If you guys have been in with me in the video class, we've talked about the teleprompter app and these short scripts. So we created one. I'll share it out in a little while if you want to do a quick script over the next couple of weeks. By the way, we are in first place, even though I think we could have a lot more engagement from our agents. We're in first place, not a competition, but we happen to be in first place. And have I ever told you how much I like beating Realty Austin? We're beating Realty Austin. Help me keep it that way. So I'll share out a script. In September, we're going to do the Casa Superhero Run. Some of you were there last year. It's a blast. It's another important cause. When's your next in-person? 2 weeks? Okay. I'm going to try and do what I did today, run from Westlake to here that day with a special guest who is in our circle, who was personally, has a personal story about the CASA program. So we hope you'll take part in that. So I think that's it. Yeah, this is Foundation Communities. Go to Design Center, the event section, share those posts out. Somebody in Westlake said, well, I just raised money for cancer. I feel a little weird about putting out another. You don't have to raise money. Just put the post out there and create awareness for the organization. It's a fantastic organization. Amazing. And drop $10 on it yourself if you can, so that we stay ahead of really Austin. Thank you.
I'll make it short and sweet for you guys this morning. I love that y'all do so much to give back to the community. That's really, really cool and really awesome for y'all to have opportunities to engage with your clients. If y'all ever need any ways to think of how to use what y'all are already doing to help outreach to your client base, get with me or Cheryl. I would love to give you some ideas. I've been doing this for 20 years and I've seen some really creative ideas of how you talk to your clients and let them know and have them engage with these things that you're doing. Because it really does do a lot for your business and to the community. So we have this new opportunity to do the QR codes, which is really helpful for y'all just to take a picture when you go onto our website, you're looking for the updated classes. We've got Death, Wills, Probate, and Trust in Texas. This is a great class, you guys. If you haven't done it before, it's going to be tomorrow at 10 to 12. It's going to be online. It's a CE course. It's a really good course to take. I mean, these are the biggest hiccups when it comes to working with clients and not knowing what's wrong with the property or when you're trying to close on time. This is what we come across. And so great class to take if you guys are available. We also have on the 13th, it's going to be Austin Title One, which is our app, the buyer seller net sheet. Y'all can go, it's going to be in person this one, which is a great chance just to play with it and talk to Roxanne and she can tell you all the ins and outs of that app. So if y'all are available tomorrow, on the 13th, 10 to 11 at our main North Milpac office. And then mortgage and real estate taxation. That's another class we're going to do also on the 13th. That's going to be online. It's a 1-hour course. It's going to be CE. Just going over what are the tax rules and laws that you guys have to keep up with and what you can share with your clients to help them. So if you've got investors that you're working with or people that are needing to know that information, that's a great class to take also on the 13th. That's all I got for today.
Are these going to be on our calendar? Or
We'll send these out to you guys. You can also go onto our website, just awesometitle.com, and go to resource tab, and then you'll have all of our classes there that y'all can look at. Yes, thank
Thank you.
Good.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
First thing I want to say is, Swan, where are you sitting?
Why do you need?
Thank you. We got a deal closed about 10 days ago or so. And in return, I actually had a pre-approved client who did not have a realtor. So Swan will be taking them out for condo shopping. So just wanted to celebrate the success of a closing here in the group. I have been seeing about 3 to 5 referrals a week from the group. So numbers are growing, but we would like to see that double. So if you could help me out with that, that would be fantastic. Rates did have a strong fluctuation in the last 10 days, but we've actually seen some good recovery in the last 3. So we are on our way back up in the bond market and we're back below 7. So, and as I remember Rich said, has anybody stopped buying? No. Has the market slowed down? No. It is what it is. People are going to take the rate they can get and we'll refinance later. Everybody that purchases with Premier now does have a 2-year free refi option. So that's kind of an incentive you can give your client to, just take what you can get at the moment. It's not that big a deal and we'll move on and correct it later.
So let me just clarify.
Yeah.
When you get that refi, you guys are paying the fee for that refi again?
It's a great question. So yes, to clarify, because I don't want clients, and I will discuss this with them, but it does not mean that when they get their refinance that the number is going to be an absolute 0. Title still has their expense and they still have escrows, but there is no lender expense on our side. There's no processing and underwriting fees, no origination fees, nothing like that. So it would just be the prorated title cost, and they'd be able to kind of help you know what percent of that initial title cost they'd be paying for. And then of course, you guys know when you refinance, you have to put in your couple months of escrows and then you receive your old escrow account back. Sometimes that can be transferred over, but that's kind of a situation dependent type thing. So yes, no lender fees. The number's not truly 0, but we're not going to be charging for any of the work.
Because you said you actually have something like that automatically tells you whenever a previous client that's
Yeah.
worked with you, where their rate makes sense to do a refi.
Yeah.
So when you get that alert in that 2-year window, do you call us first or do you call the?
I typically will call the client, but I've also been in touch with the client, month to month, any close, especially closings, everybody keeps in touch with their database in general. But my people that I've closed with, like that's a monthly thing for me. And so even as the market gets kind of close, I start telling them, hey, we're getting closer or we're almost there. So yeah, I stay in touch with the client pretty closely on it. And then of course, in conversation, there's going to come a point where I'll say, hey, guess what? We're going to do a refi for Stratman's and we're going to get them down into the 4s or wherever we may land. So, but I do call the client directly, and we generally try and hit like the 0.5% mark. I'm not going to be refining people for an 1/8 or 1/4%. There's just not enough gain there. But when we get to the 0.5% gain or greater, we can start looking at what they're saving per month, what, as opposed to what the refi costs and what the recoup time is. So there's a little kind of calculation there that we do to make sure that we're not just refining people spending a couple thousand with title and escrows to save $40 a month. We want to make sure those numbers make sense.
And whenever you check to see whether or not a refi makes sense, are you pulling your credit?
No, not initially. If they want to see, like, if they say, hey, what would be my rate, or what would my rate cost? Yes. But what we would look at is, here's where you are, here's where the market is, the market average. And then I can ask them, hey, where do you think your credit score is at the moment? And I can get kind of a ballpark figure. And if that ballpark figure, makes us go, oh my, this might be a really good thing, then we can go ahead, get an application and do the full credit pull and see what we actually get for a rate. Because when we get a full credit pull and we have a full application, I actually go in price. It's not just a full credit and then here's your rate. There's a band of rates and we get to shop a little bit and see how much we want to spend, if we want to spend any at all. So yes, we can kind of go both directions on that. So any questions about refis while we're on it? Nope. All right. August 24th at 11 a.m. and I will be getting a flyer out for it. We're going to be doing a credit repair class from Ace Credit. They're a company that I referred a couple of referral clients out to. And I think I've had really good feedback from those clients. I also get to stay in touch with Ace pretty closely as they work with clients. I do get updates months later. Hey, here's where they're at. Here's where we needed them to be, or even if they're not responsive. So I've had really good luck with Ace Credit, and they're going to be doing a class the 24th of August at 11 a.m. You guys also have a septic inspection class at noon that day. So it's kind of a twofer. Come on into the office, get both classes. I'm sure there'll be food provided. I'll find out if there is there for the septic deal. Sure. Okay. Well, if there's not for the septic class, I will make sure that there is food for the in between.
Thanks.
People want their food. Look what happens when food shows up.
Nicer.
Right?
Smiles now.
Come August 1st, my notary stamp and everything will be registered and final. So as of August 1, if you have notary needs, come on into the office and I can take care of that for you. I'm going to start a monthly referral gift. So it's going to be a $50 gift card. And I track on Follow Up Boss, everybody that gives me a referral. I put in who the referral agent is. And so at the end of the month, I'll run, you call that a report, and put everybody's name in a hat. And we'll do like a $50 gift card for everybody that gives a referral. So kind of an incentive to get those names over. And one last thing about referrals. I hear sometimes people say, hey, I gave your number and your contact out to a client, which is fantastic. We want you to do that. But if you could please also get me their contact info. I don't have to call them right away. That's, Gabe gives me a number and says, hey, I passed your number to my buddy. Here's his contact information. Don't call him yet. At least I have it then. That way I can save it so I know it's on my radar. And so when they call me, I'm not going, who is this? Who are you working with? What are you wanting to do? It makes me look lost. And so if you could at least reciprocate the passing of information and let me know, hey, you don't need to call them right now. Wait for them to reach out to you. That'd be great. But at least I can put it in Follow Up Boss. And that way I know who could be contacting me and then who that person's related to. I actually had an application come in a while back and it took me a good long while to get a hold of them. I had no idea who it came from. And so the application set for a little while, and I couldn't give that agent an update as to where we were. Let's see. I did mention we're back below 7s on the rate, but a lot of that comes down to what they're wanting to spend. I actually had an instance 2 weeks ago. The client had a lower loan amount, and they ended up at a 6.625 at no cost on conventional. So this is a prime example of why I don't want people to say, hey, what's your rate? And we say, well, it's 7 with a cost. And they get scared because every file is different. We need all the information to know where they're going to be and what that cost is going to be associated. Because if they would have been at a 7 with a higher cost, they wouldn't have been in for it. They had very, very minimal funds for their cash to close. It just so happened that the numbers were appropriate, their credit's right where it needed to be, the loan to value was right, the loan amount was right, and they were actually able to get one of the lowest conventional rates that I've seen in quite a while. One last thing, it's a little bit from now, but I am going to be gone from August 8th till, I'm going to say probably that like 10 days, August 8th to August 18th. I'm not disappearing from the office, but I'm having surgery. And so I'm still going to be available. I'll keep saying this in the meetings, but I'm going to be available on phone and Zoom and whatnot. I just won't be able to be in the office for like probably the first week after surgery, and then I'll be in. So bring me loan estimates. If you guys have clients who aren't really shopping around or are shopping around regardless, if they feel like they've got a good deal, at very least, we want to get a loan estimate so we can review it, make sure that the fees are appropriate, there's nothing hidden, make sure that things look good. And if it's the best deal, I'll tell you it's the best deal. Not asking for a full credit pull all the time, but if we could at least get some loan estimates so I can take it to management, show them what we're competing against, it keeps us true and it makes sure that we're competitive in the market for you guys, for your clients. So thank you.
Farmers. Right.
James looks a lot prettier today.
We helped him dress up.
I won't tell him you said that.
Hi.
We'll tell him.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Kimberly Fabian. I work alongside James and we're here subbing for him today while he's enjoying his small family vacation. So I am the commercial accounts manager at the Stubbs Insurance Financial Services firm. The voice behind the phone, so the customer service team that James talks about, I am one of those individuals. So I handle commercial service side as well as just the standard home side, the individual side of it as well. So I schedule yearly reviews with our clients to ensure that their coverages are what they need and where they need to be, as well as ensure that their property amount of insurance is up to date, because that changes year over year and you'll be quite surprised at how much that increases. So I go through the scheduling with them and ensure that they are educated and know what their insurance does and how it works for them. I also work alongside them with their claims process. So calling us is the first stop instead of calling farmers directly, to ensure that the claim that needs to be filed or wants to be filed actually fits into their deductible and they have coverage for it, because sometimes they think they do and they don't. So walking them through that filing process with them, holding their hand through the entire process and ensuring that it goes smoothly. Let's see what else.
And then I'm Rose, so I work alongside James. I've been here once before. Thank you guys for having us today. James is our sales leader and he's awesome. He couldn't make it. But speaking on what Kim was saying, we are very customer service centric in our team. And then we also like to make sure whenever you guys are referring your clients to us that we're educating them along the process, whether they're new home buyers or whether they've been in the market before. There's always something that changes. Dynamics are constantly changing with insurance. So we're making sure that we are educating them along that process. And then really quickly, just kind of wanted to mention, James was at an event where he ran into Knock. It was at the Mindset Summit. And I just kind of wanted to see if Knock could share just a little bit about that experience, maybe how it went or how her interaction with James was at that event. So James, he was helping me connecting with other network, from lender to insurance to realtors. At first I feel lost, and then until I saw James say, "Oh, hey, hi James," and then from that point on, he just walking around and introducing to different people. So
That's awesome.
I really enjoyed it, Samir.
Yay, that's awesome. And then also one, go
Yeah,
ahead.
for just like for what James does, I had a client with an insurance policy that had to be changed due to a changing closing date because of a holiday. And both times that the insurance policy had to be changed, it happened in minutes. I literally texted him. One time he did it himself. One time he wasn't available. He had someone else do it. The team took care of it. And it was literally minutes. And we had a change on the binder. It was resubmitted to processing. And it affected none of our timeline. So that was fantastic.
Oh,
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you. Kelly. And so in saying that, Andrea was able to send us a couple of referrals over. And regardless of you guys send us referrals and we don't close the business, it's still something that we want to educate your clients on and treat them just like we would anybody else, whether it was my sister, my friend, my best friend. So we just want to thank Andrea for sending those over. So thank you so much. And then
Both auto and home, right?
yes,
We were able to
auto
get
and
them.
home. So we were able to quote both. And then there's one that I'm working on that was sent over from Kevin. And so we wanted to give him that as well. Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for constantly having us here. It was great to see all of you guys' faces. James talks about coming here to JB Goodwin in our meetings at our office with our staff. So being a part of this today and experiencing this was great. So thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
We're gonna speed this along because we are running so far behind. Where did
Right here.
you are? Oh,
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fast
Come on,
because
Ken.
Andrew's just hurt. Yes,
I know. I know.
Okay. So last 7 days, new active listens, 834. Price decreases. Look at that, 1553. Price increases. I'm going really fast because
Just
we
keep
have
going.
to.
Let's go.
Anyway, price increases, 138. Back on the market, 165. Active under contract, 445. 501 pending, closed 792, withdrawn 197. Expireds and on holds. Look at that. They're going up, you guys. So get those expireds and on holds. Today I did Pflugerville ISD, active 326, ranging from 299.9 to 2.49. That's about 15 acres. 220 active under contract or pending, sold within the last 30 days, 157, 177, 256, in 2020. Sold year to date, 850, 1162, and 1047. We're a little bit slower. Days of inventory, 95.13. Average house price currently 452, 838 as opposed to 520. Huh?
So it's still 150,000 over 2020.
Yeah, still 150,000. No, you're stopping me.
Sorry.
66 days on market currently as opposed to 2022, 17, and 35 in 2020. I'm done.
Karine, I'm just gonna read through the slides real quick. You can stay back there with kiddos. Yeah. All right, cool. We've got gaining a competitive edge using the sales tools. That's July 12th, tomorrow, 10 to 11. That's going to be Edward, Grant, and Kayla are going to be helping with MoxieWorks, Quantum Digital, and Hub Resources. Really great refresher. And then the next one is we have marketing, prospecting, and engaging in virtual workshops. So that's going to be a workshop on July 19th. And then July 26th, we have tax deductions. Mark your calendars for that one, folks. August 2nd, we have Canva Essentials. So kind of going over how to create those really cool Canvas from 11 to noon. And then August 9th, we'll have home staging, which is Stage to Show. We were going to have them, I think, a few months ago, and then they had to cancel. So they are coming back for the class that should have been. All right, let's go to who needs what? Listing needs, buyer needs. Vanessa, what you got?
Listing that I needed to really bad. So somebody helped me with this. It's about 2,400 reserve at North Fork and Leander. 4 bedroom. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms down. It's just a great house. So if you ever lived in any cheap internet a month for the 2,400.
Wow, that's
And it's right. So owner is super cool. So if you're having like
All right, awesome. Kevin.
I have a lease listing in the Georgetown Morning Star coming. It'll be available the 1st of August, really, maybe mid-August. But the
agreement signed. It's a 3-3, about almost 2,000 square foot, brand new home. So if you have any tenants looking in that area, I'd like to get it at least ASAP, even though it's not on the market quite yet.
What was the price?
I believe it's gonna be 2,300 a month.
Okay.
Which is literal market average, and there's a lot of leases to cost there. And then I also have a listing. As soon as my client will call me back, I will go put the sign in the yard.
Okay.
And get some stuff organized. I'm going to have an open house there, 419 Windy Reed Road, out of Texas. It's a Meritage home built in 2020. That one's going to be priced at $415. It's 24, almost 2,500 square foot, and it's got 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, office downstairs, open floor plan downstairs.
Cool.
I have a lease listing in Sun City. It's 114 Clover Pass. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and $1,800 a month, and it backs up to a greenbelt, really fully remodeled.
Okay.
And it's in it.
Okay.
And the layer has a lease listing of Buda 3.2 updated, comes with TV, fridge, washer, dryer for $22.99.
Catherine?
I have a lease listing for 27 Santa Ranch. It's a 3.2, 26 square foot. Next to the green belt is in walking distance to elementary school and the middle school. So super convenient. Leander School District listing it for $3,195. Coming up in the next 10 days. So
all right.
If there's somebody, put them my way.
Joan?
I'm selling my home in Cedar Park and moving out to Georgetown. My husband and I have decided Georgetown, but we are going to be homeless for a few months. So I'm looking for something that's like 3 months or month to month. For it doesn't have to be big, 3.2, something small. I'm having trouble convincing him that a extended stay hotel will work for us. So if anybody has that,
How far are you willing to drive?
I'm hoping to stay kind of between Cedar Park and Georgetown, but I'm not, not terribly far because I'm going to be driving into the office since my home office will be gone.
Yeah.
And he works from home and I'm not working in his office.
All the next.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Lease listing in Temple, $1,800 a month, 3.2, about 1,400 square feet. Totally redone, clean house. Just need a tenant. Be ready in about 5 days.
Okay.
And then I've also got a buyer looking for anything on the eastern side of I-35, under 370, not too picky. So if we got anything, I'd love to see it.
Okay. Anybody else? Knock.
Oh, yeah, try helping my cousin, investment home, price points, 350 to 450.
Are they looking for what kind of investment?
Something that they can lease out. So like 3 bedroom, 2 baths.
Okay.
I have this really great renovated property in Cedar Park that would make a great investment property. So it is a 2012 Dayflower Trace on of Cypress Creek. It is a 3-bedroom, 2 bath with a utility closet in the house. So in the older, Cedar Park neighborhoods, the washer and dryers in the garage. It's gonna be like that. So this house is all done. It's really cute walk-in closets in every room. It is listed at $459 and it's all done. It's gorgeous. It should sell really well, or it should show really well, I should say. And then I have a coming soon in probably next week. We're getting staging and photography done this week. This is going to be over by Palmer and Nopac, just north of the Lamplight area. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-story with a pool. So there's not a lot of houses in that area with a pool, let alone 4-bedroom. It's about 2,000 square feet, just a little above that. So it's a good size for people who want to roommate and do the house hacking thing, or if they just need space for working from home. Again, it does have a pool. That's probably going to be listed around like $599, which is like the next house close by is across the way in Millwood at like, I think it's $675 with a pool. So, but yeah, the owner just did new paint, new flooring in the bedrooms. They used to live in it and then they moved to California and then rented it out. So it's a really, really cool house, $599. And the address for that is going to be 13108 Kelly's Farm Lane.
So that's coming soon next week. So if you want to see it before it hits the market, let me know.
All right, awesome, Megan.
I have a buyer, they're they're under the whole, punctually, so it needs to be northwest or northeast facing. But they said something about 9 periods of time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, she has had a couple surgeries, master has to be on main, they prefer 1 story, not opposed to 2, they want it cool.
She's like, check.
And they want the lot to be mostly flat. They don't want a whole bunch of steps. So they said she's had a couple of surgeries. She wants to go there and enjoy her yard and not like fall. But she's looking Cedar Park, Georgetown, Round Rock, Leander area.
Okay. Awesome.
We have 1 minute.
Yes.
She's got to teach you.
I know. Laura.
I have an investor coming in from Florida, he's looking around that Taylor Hutto, the Samsung corridor, the tech corridor going down, investment property.
Okay.
For perhaps buying some of that. So if anybody has anything. that-
Take my office.
LCL,
Take my office.
It's not looking at anything, I love it.
I'm working.
Rentals, so.
I have one coming up, High Meadow. It's going to be a complete gut, hadn't been updated since 1980s. We're going to price around 349-ish. And it's going to be, it's a 3-2. I don't know the square footage, but it does have a pool. That's like literally around the corner from Westwood High School.
Oh, wow. I should have one coming up in the next few weeks. I'm not sure exactly when. In Hutto, probably around 325, 1,300 square feet, 3.2. They put in all hard flooring I know at least in all the living areas. I'm not sure about the bedrooms. So I'll know more next week. But 3.2 around 325. 2,000 and something. I don't remember off the top of my head, sorry.
Cool. Yeah. Anything else going on? Oh, no. Yes.
I already announced this, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But I'd like to bring it up again because we've reduced the price from 1.4 million to 1.2 million. I have a property in Bertram on 16.5 acres with 2,400 square foot, 1980s house, 3 barns, all of them really nice, one of them fabulous, arena, round pens, total horse operation. It's called Flying M Ranch, and everybody knows about Flying M Ranch. They've been a productive horse operation for many, many years out there. It can go commercial. It is not restricted. It's just a fabulous piece of property, priced at 1.2 million. Last time I announced it, it was connected to another listing that I had for 398 on 3.1 acres. They used to be all one, but we just sold the 3.1. So the only part that's available is the big one for the 16.5 acres. If you've got any buyers at all, anywhere close to 1.2 million, my seller's super motivated. I mean, it could be subdivided. Somebody could put houses in there. They can use it for horse operation, whatever. And then I have 2 coming soons. They're actually not going to be on the market until the 2nd week in September because we're doing estate sales. But if somebody has somebody that might be interested, I'm going to be listing a property at 4. I've actually already listed it because I needed to have a signed listing. Well, we're getting ready for the estate sale because she's blabbing to everybody that she's going to sell the place. So I already have the signed listing. We just aren't going to have it in MLS until then. But it's at 406 Granada. This is going to be a hot property. It's going to be priced at it is priced at 650,000, and it's a 3-bedroom. It's a really nice house. It does still have popcorn on the ceilings, but it's 1.25 acres.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
For next.
and then while I was there getting that listing signed on Saturday, my seller, whose property I sold 6 years ago, and called me for this one because I've kept in touch with them the whole 6 years, no lie. said to me, how would you like to list my brownstone? So I'm gonna be listing one of the brownstones in the Rivery in Georgetown.
Wow.
And it's one of the largest ones in there. It's over 3,000 square feet. I haven't even been in it yet. I just sent them the comparables. It's probably gonna be around 750,000. But people are like in line looking for those brownstones. Nobody knows about this except me and now all of you. So if you have somebody who wants one of the brownstones in Georgetown, get with me and I'll see if I can arrange a show.
Awesome.
You and your guys are Ford Focus.
What?
Ford
Ford
Focus.
Silver.
Yeah.
Silver.
That's Deanna.
Oh, shoot.
What happened?
We need it moved. The FedEx guy cannot get out. She's on a class started at 11.
Whoops. All right. Thank you, Norma. Anything else? That's gonna be an awesome. Are you gonna do an open house at that one?
The brownstone?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Probably won't have to.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like,
I'm gonna do an open house.
Yeah.
Our estate sale is the second weekend in September.
okay.
So the next weekend, I'll launch it and do an open house if we haven't sold it before.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
if somebody has somebody for Serenata in that $650,000 price range.
Yeah.
I can get you in to see it ahead of time.
Awesome. All right.
I have a listing coming up in about a week in Kareem, 1,700 square feet. We're listing at 260. Brand new floors, updated kitchen and renovated main bathroom. Built in 2018. The house is fairly new. And it says Floor and Rec, so very close to the military base. And I also have a buyer need, that same couple looking to buy closer in the town, price point between 350 and 4, looking for a 3-2 again, maybe a flex space. We appreciate it. Large closets and a small yard. If you can find one.
Awesome. All right. Thank y'all. Have a fantastic week. Let us know if you need anything. We'll be here. Bye.
Literally.